Season 4 of The Boys was a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. Seriously, what was this season? I'm not saying it's bad or anything, it's just that more than half of it was just pointless filler. Not everything about this one was awful. In fact, there were some things I enjoyed by it. But certainly, this is without question the weakest season of this television series. Man, what a big decline in quality compared to the previous season. That's not to say I hated this fourth season here, but a lot of the episodes early on was just a waste of time in my opinion. Just because those first 6 episodes didn't advance the main narrative that much. By the way, this review is going to have spoilers, so spoiler warning. Compared to the previous 3 seasons, this one right here, it was nowhere near as great as it could have been. Especially considering that certain storylines went nowhere, like for example Huey's mom showing up. I actually had a theory that she was secretly a meta-human and that's why she left Huey and her husband, but that didn't turn out to be the case. Or how about Victoria Newman's daughter Zoe? We know that she's a powerful superhuman, but we don't know much about her. In fact, she's only in 3 episodes. Maybe Zoe will get better character development in season 5, but at this rate, with all the storylines that season's going to have, I highly doubt it. Another thing I wanted to point out is that Claudia Doumit, her portrayal as Victoria was amazing. Definitely one of the highlights of this season. And while she did some horrific things, I wouldn't say she was an evil character like Homelander is. Even if her story came to a violent end, she was quite the character on this TV show. Ultimately, I was a bit disappointed by this season. Not everything was a complete waste though. The season finale was definitely the best episode, as Homelander gets control of the United States, ordering other superheroes to arrest anybody that opposes him. And considering that the 5th season is also the final one, then I expect this TV series to go all out for its last couple of episodes. I just wish overall this season was better than what it turned out to be. Like seriously, the first 6 episodes being filler, I was just massively disappointed. An example of this is in the very first episode, we find out that Victoria Newman, she's invulnerable. Her daughter Zoe become a monster with the tentacles, but it doesn't really advance the plot all that much. And to make matters worse, we skip a few episodes down to episode 6, where Huey is sexually assaulted. I was saying, what the hell is this? I was deeply disturbed by that scene because, well, Huey being put in an uncompromised position. And, there's some other plot lines. I'm not going to list all of them because I'll be here for quite a while explaining it. Now, the 2 antagonists, Sister Sage and Firecracker, I am so glad they didn't get killed off in this season because it would have been a waste of time. They definitely are great villains, and I see how they're going to have a big hand to play in season 5. But speaking of antagonists, I feel like Homelander definitely was a step down this season. He doesn't feel as menacing as he was beforehand. And hats off to Anthony Starr. He definitely deserves an Emmy award, especially his performance in episode 4. He was generally terrifying in that episode just because of how menacing he was to those scientists that pretty much experimented on him when he was a child. I kind of felt bad for the villain a little bit. Like, what? Don't make me feel bad for that character just because of the horrible things he did. That backstory he got in episode 4, it humanized him. That's not the point of Homelander. He's supposed to be this monster, but when you give him a backstory like that, I'm guessing they tried to make us sympathize with him. I don't know. I just think that this season was a bit of a mess. Even like other characters such as Frenchie or Kimiko, not much happened with them too. In fact, Frenchie, he gets the short end of the stick once again. Same plot line. I'm like, seriously? The same damn thing again he had got in the previous 3 seasons. But one character I want to point out that actually had great character development this season was Billy Butcher. Seriously, the fact that he abused V24 previously, he's gotten cancer, he took Compound V, and then in season finale, the guy's like Venom with all those tentacles. I'm disappointed. You know why? Well, because how is those tentacles supposed to defeat Homelander? I wish he kept his powers from the previous season because, well, it was badass. It was a mirror image of Homelander. Especially when those two fought in season 3. I'm like, you give the guy tentacles? Yeah, I get it. He's super strong. He's bullet resistant. But in a one-on-one fight with Homelander, I just don't see how that's going to work. Maybe he gets those powers back in season 5, but this is all speculation. Oh, speaking of which, at the end of the season, seeing the boys getting kidnapped, I'm like, oh shit, things are definitely going down. One thing I want to know though, if some of the members of the boys is going to be in the second season of Gen V. Like Kimiko, Frenchie, MM, and of course Huey, because Starlight and Billy, they on the run. Well, Billy, he's got his own dark desires, his own plans. At the end of the day, this season, while it does have a lot of issues and wasted a lot of time, I just didn't hate it. Yeah, some of the moments were disgusting, but that's typical for a show like this. But seriously, in season 5, I want every episode to be great. And no damn filler, please. Because, honestly, there's only one season left. And this show really needs to deliver. And by the way, I haven't read the comic book series. I started it, but I'm going to finish it eventually. So when season 5 does come out, I will have read that entire comic book series. Because I heard it's pretty good. I'm giving this season a 7 out of 10. Well, at least it didn't turn out to be an outright dumpster fire, so that's something. Other characters such as Black Noir 2 and The Deep, they're definitely going to be more of a problem going into the final season. Actually, taking Compound V, I'm wondering what her powers are going to be. And then there's the odd dynamic between Billy and his Sentinel Tumor, who was actually played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Him and Carl Urban had great chemistry together, and I'm looking forward to more interactions between the two in season 5. Overall, despite this season being frustrating at times, at least it still had a great finale. And that's my review of season 4 of The Boys. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this season. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.